Hey guys, this is Nico from Nico from 7 Points Capital. Just gonna go over a few quick trades today. Pretty slow day. A couple of guys out of the office on vacation. Not too much going on. Here's my SPY daily chart for the market overall. Yes, last 3 days we've had some pretty big sell-off days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then today was a big pullback. Not too big, but relatively decent volume. 137 million shares traded in the SPY, which is pretty decent. Kind of just a slow grind up all day, as you can see on the 1 minute chart here and the 5 minute chart here. Finished almost at the top tick, so this could be a reversal bar in the SPY. I actually did not have any success in trading the SPY itself today, but so I'll just quickly give you a couple of my trades in the SPY. I was short here in the morning, and then it made a little bit of a higher low, if we can see here. So I got short in the morning when it went up through 266 right here, and then came back. I got short in here, stop at the high, and then it broke 265, and I thought we'd see some continuation, maybe test 260, something like that. Best case scenario, but really what happened was it just made a higher low and started an uptrend. I got stopped out here at the highs. Kind of came back too fast for me to take anything. Tried to just let the stop work itself out. Pretty annoyed to get ticked out up here, then have it come basically all the way back, but it was just an uptrend for the rest of the day, so it ended up being all right. But the stock of the day for me today was Foot Locker. So reported earnings, I believe this morning, this morning, not so great outlook. It was down almost 10% when it opened. Here we got the 1, here's the 5, here's the daily. So the daily is pretty interesting, and this is why I was watching it on the open, was because it was gonna, it opened at 40, this is 9:30, opened around 41-ish. The open was 40.65. So yeah, opens here, and what I'm eyeing is this, the low of this bar, which is 38.67, a low of this bar, the low of this bar, which is 38.26. I'm looking for that 38.50 range as a realistic price target, and then after that, if it could get through that, then I would look for it to fill this gap right here, because there's no volume traded in between here, so I'm looking for a fill of the gap. About the high of this bar is about 37.15, so looking for maybe a few dollars on this trade. So it's definitely going to be something that's going to be moving a lot, and you're going to have to let it work. So I saw in the open, it was a little messy. Market was kind of figuring out where it wanted to go. But some interesting price action here was that there are some very topping tails here that just couldn't reclaim this 41 level, where it looked like there was a seller here at this 41 level. Right on the open, tried to blow through, couldn't do that, came back up, tested, and made a lower high. So 40.99 here is the high, 41 is the high here. So that seller had stepped down, put a little bit on, just about half a tier of risk, with a stop at the high, which at that point was about 41. And I was able to, and it was pretty tight stop, so I was able to do a decent amount of size. But what got really interesting was here. As you'll see, these 4 bars. And here, this is 39.75 level was holding after it broke through pretty easily over here. So basically, what I did was add a little bit, but I really couldn't add too much more, because then I'd have to keep my stop over. If I wanted to keep the stop significant, I would really be adding on a ton of risk if I doubled or tripled a position here. So I couldn't really add that much more, which was fine. But I just wanted to do whatever I could to keep the stop significant, keep me in the trade. So it went pretty much straight through 39.75 to $39. Didn't add at the whole number. Now let's zoom out a little bit. How do we do that? There we go. So did not add at the whole number the first time. I was expecting a little bit of a triangle setup, with this being the slope, and then right here being the base, 39 being the base, and hopefully just get lower highs. But it pretty much blew right through the second test of 39, and then it just flagged, bear flagged down here a little bit. I took some off here and then added it back on when it got tight again at 39.85. There was a huge bid for about 100,000 shares, which I could see in my level 2. That got taken out pretty quickly, and from there it went down almost 60-70 cents after that, and that was pretty nice. Covered most of it, kept the stop above, covered some down here near 38, because as I said, here's the daily chart, my target was 38.50, went through 38.50 and then was kind of chopping around, so I sized down, took off what I had added back at 39.75, made a little bit over $1 on it, which, you know, pretty good return for a $40 stock. And then left the stop at 38, just above this 38.50, because I figured 38.67, that's kind of that level, or 38.26 was really, but it really didn't want to go down there. The market was kicking up all day, as I showed earlier, so I actually tried to trade this a couple times with less luck. I got short back around here as it was pushing back against this 38 level. I was thinking maybe it was just a pullback and it was going to resume its downtrend, but you see right here, this is important, V. You get the nice V hammery price action. That's very bullish. You can see it on the 15, I believe was the best. Yeah, there it is. This bar right here, these two bars. Decent amount of volume compared to these 7-8 previous bars. And then basically went up all day, caught a little bit up here, but really ended up overall, I was probably net flat the rest of the day in it, but the opening trade to the downside on the open was the big one. But the important thing for this stop was really right here at this level, that it just couldn't break this 39.75 where it got really tight. The important thing was that I didn't add too much, because if I'd added too much, then I would have had to put it, you know, an insignificant stop was a few cents above this level, where it really could have just come back up and ticked me out, as I've seen happen many times, and then resume going down all day because I would have felt uncomfortable with too much risk. But because I was able to keep the size realistic and I was able to be a little more comfortable in the trade, I was able to hold it for $1 plus and make some good money on it. So yeah, just lesson was for me is to keep the stop significant and let the trade work itself out. All right, have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll see you on Monday.